So, welcome everybody to the Australian Hypnosis Conference. I am talking to Meera Duncan today, and honestly, I cannot wait to hear your talk, Dale, because you're talking about bipolar. And I admit, I myself struggle with bipolar clients myself, like as a hypnotherapist. So, tell us, how did you get into working with bipolar clients?
Oh my goodness. I actually call it in my book in the chapter a serendipitous stumble.
Yeah.
Oh, you've frozen there. Okay, there you are. Because it really was serendipitous. I had a client many years ago walk into my office with bipolar disorder and had never treated anyone with that diagnosis at that point. And she was looking for relief, with her depressive episodes. And so much research I did, case study over case study, research, medical journals. I could not find any information, any treatment protocols that incorporated
Yeah.
clinical hypnosis. And so I, talked to her and I did a deep dive into researching this disorder and created an experimental, treatment protocol, formed it, discussed it with her. And she's like, yeah, let's think of it like an experiment. Let's just
Yeah.
do it. And we proceeded, and the results were life-changing. The
Wow.
results were shocking. And at that point, I knew, I really need to do a little bit more research. I really need to put this into practice and to create a formal treatment protocol. And my work is really focused on the stress response, on targeting the stress response that is connected and linked heavily to bipolar episodes.
Wow.
And when I continued the research after I completed my work with her, I could not believe the connection. As far as, the very top researchers in the world, Dr. Mondemore, Dr. Miklowitz, Dr. Phoebe, just pioneers in this field, all had mentioned and discussed the connection cortisol, the stress hormone, has to bipolar episodes, to mood regulation. Discussed the genes that are connected, called candidate genes, that are linked to the stress response and responsible for the activation of the very first bipolar episode. So when I started, and not to mention all of the research, I just, deep dive into the research, into case studies, could not believe what I found and identified, that there was usually a traumatic event, a very strong fight or flight stress response just before that very first episode. Wow. Activating it is what I believe, activating those genes that are connected to the stress response, and then creating the biological chemical imbalance within the brain that, subsequently continues these episodes.
Wow.
And with these results, I could not, a reduction is what I was seeing in patients, a reduction in the severity of episodes, a reduction in the frequency of episodes, and a longer time frame during the maintenance phase in between, that healthy phase in between any episode. I could not believe it. And that was when I thought, I have to publish my work. And it is called, environmental stress targeted therapy, and it is based on research, and the results have continued to be incredible.
So does that mean that we've all got those genes, or just certain people have those genes and then they get triggered?
Yes, correct. Yeah, only certain people have these specific group of genes that are linked to bipolar disorder, is what the researchers have discovered. And the fact that it's directly related to that stress response. And then the fact that cortisol plays a role in mood regulation with bipolar patients, that the research is phenomenal. It's so interesting. And so I was just basically connecting the dots. And this is how my theory was formed and how my treatment protocol was formed.
Wow, that's
amazing. So I'm very passionate about my research.
That's amazing, because I've met quite a lot of people that have bipolar, and by the time and I have worked with a couple of low bipolar people in
Sure.
my
Yeah.
clinic, but just very small.
Mhm.
But I've had
Yeah.
some people that I've seen that are severely bipolar, and my heart just bleeds because I want to be able to help them. But
Absolutely.
then, I send them to the doctor. I'm like, look, just get a referral saying it's okay and
Yes.
we'll proceed from there. And it's just crickets
Yeah.
after that. They're just like
Oh,
nothing. And I'm like,
you know,
surely I can help
that,
this person. Like,
oh my goodness. I know some physicians, some psychiatrists are terrified of clinical hypnosis with patients with bipolar disorder, which is ridiculous.
and they'd rather
As
just
you
keep
know, it's very
medicating.
safe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yes. Yeah.
it's
And
so
it's
safe.
very safe. We're in a natural form of hypnosis every single day,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we know it's completely safe and
Yeah.
natural.
Yeah.
So it is the ignorance of
I
some
know.
physicians, some psychiatrists that cause such a problem. And that is why I have, been so passionate about this research and passionate about getting the word out that
Mm.
I have only seen dramatic positive results,
Yeah.
and I mean, I've got case studies in my book that I cite, that I quote, that I go, really into detail. And we are talking about, yeah, like cases that are extremely severe, with psychotic episodes, with manic episodes, with extreme depressive episodes,
Yeah. And suicidal
and
tendencies and things like
yes,
that.
of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, nothing but, in fact, the case that I am quoting now, this one client has not had one depressive episode since we concluded her treatment protocol, her 4 to 6 month treatment
Wow.
protocol with me of just the EDSTT. So I still
That's
see her,
amazing.
but she hasn't had one, and she has a 30-year history. And
Oh
so
my
this is the
gosh.
first time she's had this time frame with not even one. So it's, and I don't say that that'll be for everyone, but it is really, really
It
encouraging.
shows that it's possible.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's encouraging.
absolutely.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
You're giving me
Yeah.
tingles, Dal. I cannot wait
Ah,
to
yeah.
listen to your talk at the Australian Hypnosis Conference.
Yay.
So
Yeah.
everybody, if you're going to jump on in, please grab your seat with the link right now, because Meera's going to be talking. She's passionate, she's knowledgeable, she's got her finger on the button, guys. So make sure you join in. She has all of the power, and she's going to show you some insight into it as well. So thank you everybody who's joining in on this video, and we will catch you at the Australian Hypnosis Conference. Okay, see you everybody.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Trish.
No worries.